Hey guys, so I kind of want to make a video again today, and I was using my headphones because I have my fan going, and I know that if I just use the mic that is built into my computer, it is going to pick up all the white noise that is surrounding me. So instead of doing that, I decided to just use the mic that is within these headphones. So, kind of what I want to talk about today is something a little bit different than what I even touched on yesterday, and that is that while most of us get told these certain health standards that we have to live by, I also don't think that they're quite proper because I should probably set down my water. But let's look at one thing. Body mass index that is not correct is not always correct. Unless you take a caliper out and you actually measure your body fat, you're not going to know your body fat. Or unless you do a full body scan, then you'll know the body fat that is actually like surrounding your organs too, on top of like the actual like fatty tissue that is within your body. But body mass index to me just always bothers me, and one reason why it bothers me is because I've always been on the cusp of it. I've always been on the cusp of overweight and obese, and they just use your height and weight and find where you are on this stupid chart, and it just drives me bonkers because if they really wanted to be concerned about my health, they would measure my body fat. They wouldn't just put me on some stupid chart and be like, oh, this is where you fall and you should do this kind of diet or this kind of diet. That is all the help I've ever gotten in regards to my weight. Work out more and change your diet. I was never told to take nutrition classes or anything. So a lot of the time as I was growing up, I just ate shit. Dairy, processed foods, unhealthy snacks that you really shouldn't. And I never really understood, sorry, I no stitch. Anyways, I never really understood what it was to be hungry because I would always say I was hungry, but I was just really just bored. I was emotional eating, bored eating, things of that nature. And because of that, really it didn't have me grow up in a healthy space. And I just really want to focus more on that. Um, so, a lot of people I know, they have the privilege to all this food. And because it's there and we know it's there, we know that we can eat it. But then there's a time where you just kind of eat until you're so uncomfortable. And it's like, when did this become the norm that we just eat and eat and eat? Not until we're satiated, we just eat until we're uncomfortable. And that way we know that we're actually full. And that's what my life has been. Ooh, sorry, you kind of got laggy there. But that's what my life has been for so long, is just eating and eating and eating until I'm so uncomfortable. And I know that that led to my weight being where it is now. And I'm trying my best to reverse it by trying to understand my body's signals for when it's actually hungry and not confusing hunger for thirst, because that actually does happen. About an hour ago, I was taking out, as I mentioned prior to this, I'm moving. So I was taking out all the garbage and junk that I don't want anymore. So I was taking all that out, and I came back in and I'm like, oh, I'm hungry. Like, I know I haven't eaten breakfast, but I ate really late last night, so I shouldn't be hungry. So instead, I grabbed some water, and immediately that was it. I just needed something to drink. And it's something as simple as that, where you can easily confuse your body signals that it's trying to tell you. And I know that prior to this, I probably would have been like, oh, I'm hungry. I should probably make something. And then as I'm like halfway through eating it, I'm like, no, I really am not hungry. And it's just this awkward disconnect with your body because you're so used to doing these mannerisms that now you just don't know how to break them or actually listen for what is needed. Ugh. So I that is all I can say is sometimes you just have to take a step back, and if things aren't working for you, you need to listen to your body. You really need to understand that every body is not the same. Of course we say that, but then we give the most generalized freaking help ever, and it's not gonna help you because it's so generalized. But to really understand yourself and your needs, you really do need to listen to your body for its hunger signals. And I watched a YouTube video, and for me, trying to figure out, like, oh, how do I really know that I'm hungry? She said, put your hand here. It kind of looks like you're choking yourself, but you're not. And then she goes, think, like, focus on where your hunger is coming from. Is it coming from below the neck or above the neck? Because if it's coming from above the neck, it's emotional or stress eating. And if it's coming from below the neck, your body is actually probably hungry or thirsty. And generally, you want to drink first, wait about 10 minutes, see if it dissipates, and then you probably would want to eat. Because if it hasn't dissipated yet, it definitely means that you're hungry. You're not actually thirsty. Your body actually wants to ingest food. And I think it's kind of silly that we have to remind ourselves when we're hungry what we should be eating to benefit our body versus easy convenience and things of that nature. It's just like we want to become a society that we had to remind ourselves when to eat, how to eat, and how much water to drink to keep ourselves alive. Like it's kind of baffling to me how easily this convenience has kind of become a burden too. But that's where I'm going to leave this today because I really need to get back to packing. But for some odd reason, this just came to mind, and I'm like, I should just make a video about this while I have a quick second. So, anyways, thank you guys for watching, and have a good day.